Hello Game Hunters, I'm Neolus and today we are going to talk about Anime War's OMNI evil god Archon. And for those who clicked on this video because it has Anime War in the title and don't already know who I am, I'm the guy who designed the character that Archon is based on, Blaze. Episode 11 dropped like a fucking nuclear bomb last Wednesday, and since then I've been getting all kinds of DMs from fans of Anime War and people on DeviantArt who know my original design. I've been reading comments and watching reactions for 4 days since then and decided to make this video to answer a few questions I got from those people as get a few misconceptions out of the way. I could have made a reaction video right away and talk about my opinions, but that's just not my style. I like this format for talk-heavy videos, and it takes a while to put together, hence my late response to Archon's introduction. Anyway, I will cut this video into 3 parts. First off, I want to discuss my interaction with MaSTAR leading up to the episode, how I felt and feel about it up till now, and the misconceptions people are having with the legitimacy of him using my design. Then I want to talk about some of the differences between both characters and their design choices. And finally, for whoever cares, I want to talk a little about why I created Blaze and what he's like compared to Archon. Honest to God, I didn't even know who MaSTAR was until episode 10 was about to be released. I was binging Just a Robot when I came across his video about MaSTAR, which had a lot of controversy to it.
If you've ever been a part of the Dragon Ball community on YouTube, then you might have heard of MaSTAR Media. Even though his name is spelled MaSTAR Media, but people hate it when I call PewDiePie, so I'll just call him MaSTAR Media.
Before I continue, I have no ill will towards neither MaSTAR nor Jar, so please do not slander either of them. 2 days after I saw that video, MaSTAR suddenly popped up in my DeviantArt DMs and told me how awesome he thought Blaze was and asked if he could use the design in his animations, promising he would give full credit. Now, Jar made some good points in his video, so I was a little bit nervous. However, like I said, I never knew MaSTAR before this point, so I decided not to judge his past actions and judge him on his future ones. You know, give him the benefit of the doubt, as they say. After all, how excited would you be when a popular YouTuber wants to use your design in his animations? I was fucking hyped, to say the least. So, I told him he could use the design on the single condition to link my YouTube channel. And I never directly interacted with him after that. All communications I had with him either went through Shakadiemens or Twitter responses. I was really nervous through the whole ordeal, up to when he announced the design he planned to use in his video and mentioned me by name.
So I actually wanted to use this character design as the Ultimate Fusion, but I haven't gotten his permission yet. And until I get his permission to use it, I didn't want to. So he hasn't responded to me yet on DeviantArt. Quick update, during the recording of this video, I went and checked DeviantArt and it turns out he responded and he said I could use his design for the Ultimate Fusion. I did release on my Twitter a short little clip of the fused OMNI Evil, and I think it was in a Q&A video I did for Anime War 9 and 10 that I also showed the full body picture. It was not designed by me. It was designed by a guy named Neolus on DeviantArt. He has a YouTube channel as well. And he named the fused evil god Blaze, but in Anime War, I'm gonna call him Archon. So I'm playing tribute to Neolus's Blaze. You know, I'll give him credit in the description, everything. I got his permission to use the model.
That seriously took a load off my back. But after that, he started using images on Twitter and in his videos without real mentions. And at this point, I had mixed feelings. I was hyped to see my character animated, but afraid of the implications that would have. I respectfully and somewhat excitedly responded to his tweets and was surprised when he instantly pointed the finger at me, saying, "That's the guy. that's the guy who designed him. Honest to God, I was happy and I was put at ease once again. While I haven't had direct contact with MaSTAR, he's been keeping his word to the very end and credited me for the original design. Shakadiemens also helped ease my mind, ensuring me he would. And that's that. So for all those on DeviantArt saying he stole the design, rest assured, I gave him permission and he gave me credit. The only thing that worries me now is that now that he's so well known, chances of other people actually stealing it are increased immensely. The reason for my nervousness around this is that it has happened to me a few times in the past. A great example would be my Shenron manifest design, which coincidentally also was redrawn with my permission by Ruga-Rell on DeviantArt. That design was made into a mod for various Dragon Ball games, and people just laughed in my face when I told them that I had created it. The makers of those mods got full credit for my design. As an artist or a character designer, that's the biggest punch in the dick you can get. So, MaSTAR, if you're watching this, thank you, not only for choosing my design for your ultimate powerhouse evil Omni god, but also for sticking to your word. And you should thank Shakadiemens, because if it wasn't for him, I might have revoked my permission. But to be fair, after seeing episode 11, I'm glad I didn't. So, what's my opinion on Anime War? Well, I've watched the Goku vs Saitama series and Anime War, as well as the explained videos and the update videos, and my conclusion is that while it's not a multi-million-dollar production like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, and so on, it is pretty good for a YouTube animated series. Now, no offense to MaSTAR and the other animators, but I gotta say, my most favorite part of the entire series from start to finish was Adi Loki's Beer's cut in the final episode. Well, episode 11, the final one still has to come out, but whatever. And I'm hoping to see more of him in that final episode. But truth be told, episode 11 might be my favorite overall. I might be a bit biased because my boy is in it, but from start to finish, this was my reaction.
Oh no! Oh shit! Oh god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Anime War story is simple and the animation is pretty good. While I wouldn't compare it to the actual Dragon Ball series, I would say it's actually comparable to the old Dragon Ball movies, like Android 13, Broly, BoJack. To me, they have the same feel and vibe as one of those movies. Now, I'm not really fond of tracing unless it's specifically for practice, but I do understand that with Anime War, it made it easier and faster to make episodes so fans wouldn't have to wait a year for one. But I especially dislike the use of this image of Blaze in episode 11. If I had drawn it myself, I wouldn't have minded as much, but this specific drawing was made by Ruga-Rell. Now, I'm not going to chastise MaSTAR for it, but I think it's best to give my honest opinion, and I will link the original artist who made it in my description. And to answer this frequently asked question, when does episode 12 come out? You do know I have no other link to Anime War than the design of Archon, right? I'm not part of the animation team, and I have no direct contact with MaSTAR, so don't bother asking me because I have no fucking clue. While Archon is based on my Blaze character design, MaSTAR made a few adjustments to make him more suitable for Anime War. Most notably is the Omega V symbol without limiters encompassed by the Potara earrings of all fusees. This design on the left is MaSTAR's first draft of Archon as he was introduced on Twitter. On the right, You see Blaze, which is an edited version of that Archon picture to show the key differences between the two. First off, Archon's markings glow red, similarly to the Saiyan Omni form, while Blaze's markings originally glowed orange and yellow, like a fire coursing through them. The tendrils on Archon's head are spread out more to the side, while Blaze's are standing more upright and close to each other. Archon's chest is much wider and has a leaner midriff, while Blaze is built athletic with a lot of muscle tone. The design on Archon's tail is straight-lined, thicker and connected, while Blaze's markings are thin, curvy and separated. Archon also lacks the bits that stick out on the bottom half of the tail. These parts were based on the arms and legs as well on Blaze. Archon has parts of his pectorals showing beneath the armor, while Blaze's armor is basically hardened skin, a trait that the Frieza clan is capable of. The arm, leg and crotch guard on Blaze are completely black, while Archon's have varied shades of black. The trim also connects all the way around his arms and legs, much like Mare, while Blaze's do not, much like Janemba's. Blaze also has two enormous back spikes that arc up at the tips, while Archon has three that curve upwards and are a bit shorter going off this back view. Blaze has a few more black chest lines. They stick out a bit much like the parts on the arms and legs. And finally, Blaze has a sword while Archon does not, while Blaze does not possess the markings on his chest. I'm just speculating here, but I think MaSTAR tried to make slight adjustments to show parts of the fusion, like Mare's arm and leg guards, keeping the skin black like Seba's, and making the chest wider to have a body type more akin to Zerama. The leaner, unmuscular torso could be attributed to Kokiotis. As for Demigra's role in the fusion, I got no fucking clue. Either way, I personally think his design is a little bit all over the place in the actual episode, but that's to be expected when you use multiple animators, I guess. They all did an amazing job with him in any case. Blaze was designed to be a much bulkier version of Janemba, who I took the most design cues from. The tail, however, does not stick out of his back, but is placed like normal Frieza clan members. The head design was a mix of Cooler and Janemba, and you might have guessed I took a bit of inspiration from Omega Shenron, but I have never seen anyone point out the fact the chest design was mostly inspired by Hirudegarn. I created Blaze 10 years ago. His design and background were made as a defiance to the then often used Ice Jin naming for the Frieza clan race. I absolutely hated it. People attributed the name due to known members of the Frieza race names. Frieza, Cooler, and Cold. But naming them Ice Jins for that would be tantamount to calling the Nameks Music Jins because one family named all of their members after music instruments. To further separate him from the Frieza family, I made him black. Think of it as the difference between Caucasians and African Americans. And as for a final difference, his appearance is his base form, not transformed like Cooler's. Also, his face is the only thing similar to Cooler. I don't get why people call him a recolored Cooler, as nothing else about him looks like Cooler. That's like comparing Tapion to Oob and say they look the same. What irks me is that most people that claim Blaze looks like Cooler go on a tantrum when you say Turtles and Bardock look like Goku. Hypocrites much? I would also like to point out that while Blaze is a Frieza clan member, Archon is not. He's just a badass looking fusion in the Anime War universe and has no ties to the Frieza clan race. In terms of power, Blaze is nothing compared to Archon. As you know, Archon's power is basically limitless. Blaze was designed and got a history 10 years ago. Dragon Ball Super didn't even exist back then, so his estimated power is just beyond Super Saiyan 3 Goku. If they were to meet, Archon would stomp Blaze with ease. Another thing that differs with Blaze is that he didn't start out evil. He was born 2000 years after the events in Dragon Ball. The universe was at peace due to a new Saiyan king, and the Saiyans in Frieza clan actually lived without disputes. Blaze and Samuel, an OC Saiyan of mine, grew up as friends and rivals, much like Krillin and Goku. During a tournament, Samuel beat Blaze in their final round and won the sword Zurong, an obsidian blade with a fiery edge. A great evil spirit was locked away within the sword, however, and called out to Blaze, promising more power. Blaze stole the sword and vanished with it, only to reappear later, causing havoc across multiple timelines, absorbing the power of many warriors of the past, making the sword stronger. Samuel, wanting his old friend back and bored with the calm, uneventful nature of his future, goes after Blaze to try and get the sword away from him and destroy it. The fiery markings on Blaze's body are an effect caused by the sword. The stronger he gets, the more fierce they become. Anyway, I hope this video was insightful enough. It is getting pretty lengthy, so if you still have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I might respond to them in another video. Maybe after the last episode of Anime War comes out? Special thanks to Shakadiemens for the thumbnail. Go check out his Twitter, link is in the description. And for those who don't know what the fuck this video was about, which is highly unlikely if you're still watching it, go check out MaSTAR Media's Anime War. It's really good. Insert obligatory like and subscribe begging here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye. Insert obligatory like and describe, what the fuck?